UFC London finally has its main event. It's going to be Leon Edwards at home versus Jack Della Maddalena, two of the top-ranked guys in the welterweight division, 170 pounds. This will be contested in a 5-round main event UFC London stacked card in March 22nd to be exact for us in America. This is a big-time matchup between two guys that are traditionally and predominantly known as strikers, but are well-rounded across the board. Otherwise, they would not be sitting in the top 5 of one of the most difficult divisions to wade through in the welterweight class. Okay, let's take a look at the rankings. We were questioning what this fight was going to be. What's the main event of London going to be? Leon Edwards, months ago, put out on Twitter, put out on Instagram that he is going to be fighting soon. He's going to be fighting on the March Fight Night card, the 5-round main event. It's going to be Leon Edwards. The question was, who was it going to be against? Was it going to be against Sean Brady? Was Joaquin Buckley going to make a quick turnaround after the Colby Covington fight? Was it going to be Ian Gary coming off that loss to Shavkat? Was it going to be Shavkat Rakhmonov? That was in there. Was it going to be a rematch with Bilal? Okay, we didn't really know exactly what was going to unfold over the last couple of weeks. But it is official. It's Jack Della Maddalena, which is a bit of a surprise because early February, they're going to Australia. They're going to be fighting in Sydney. Now, Jack Della Maddalena, I believe, is from Perth. The fight card's taking place in Sydney, in Australia. Same country, same region of the world. We're surprised that Jack Della Maddalena is not representing on that pay-per-view card, uplifting some of that weaker end of the pay-per-view. We're hoping that that card gets filled with a bunch of good fights, but now Steve Erceg is going to be fighting in the Apex. I mean, they're spreading these guys pretty thin. Is Kai Kara-France going to come back and fight on that one? I don't know. They're running out of Australian talent is all I'm saying on that UFC 312 pay-per-view. So what do we think about this matchup? It's going to be number 4 versus number 1 in the welterweights rankings. So that means that Kamaru Usman, Sean Brady might be next. If Bilal is going to be fighting Shavkat soon, I don't know. I'm very interested to see this fight. Jack Della Maddalena has been on a hot streak, but he did break his arm in the Gilbert Burns fight back in April of 2024. Has not returned to the cage since then, as obviously Leon Edwards on the other side of the equation lost to Bilal Muhammad at UFC, what was that, 304 in July of 2024 in London to Bilal. It was a late night card, had to stay up late for that one, claimed that it was his lack of sleep and energy that cost him the fight. In Bilal is looking to get back in the win column against JDM, but JDM, this guy is a next level striker. He's got some of the best boxing you will see in the UFC. This guy is really, really fantastic on the feet, and he's not too bad on the ground. He trains with Craig Jones, who's an excellent jiu-jitsu practitioner. So watch out for Jack Della Maddalena to potentially upset Leon Edwards here. I believe that a lot of casuals will be picking Leon's. A lot of the experts will be picking Leon because of his range management and his slow-paced fighting. He's able to outpoint a lot of guys that he fights. But he did fall to Bilal Muhammad. He did have some trouble with some of the older guys, RDA and Cowboy. He did not quite run over them in the way that you would expect a Leon Edwards that we know today to have done so. He did not finish a Colby Covington that had a broken foot in their title fight not too long ago, over a year ago that is now. He did not finish him. He was losing to Kamaru Usman in their second fight before getting the head kick knockout. So Leon Edwards is not quite as impregnable defensively as we think. This guy can be beaten. This guy can be taken advantage of. We remember the Nate Diaz, the end of he was beating up Nate Diaz for 5 whole rounds, and Nate Diaz in the last minute of the fight was able to land a 1-2 straight down the pipe on Leon and hurt him and wobble him badly. JDM, if he gets that off, has Leon faced a striker on that level since then? No, he has not. Nate Diaz, for all his flaws, is a good technical boxer on the feet, and JDM is a very, very good boxer on the feet. Better than Nate Diaz, if I had to throw my 2 cents in there. So if JDM lands on Leon like that, that might be lights out. So let me know what you guys think about this one. I'm leaning towards JDM in this fight, but really, Leon could turn around, could be angry, could be hungry to get back in the win column. JDM's still younger, still has less experience in the cage than a Leon Edwards does. Leon Edwards is getting up there. I think he's 33, 34 right now. So we'll see how this one plays out. Let me know what you guys think about the matchup, the placement, everything about this in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.